Hello BookTube, I've got a fun tag for you today. This is the Bookaholics Anonymous Tag. We don't know who created this tag, but I did see John at Must Read More, and I was like, oh my god, I want to do that tag. And it's a couple weeks later, and I thought, why not do it now? So it's a very fun, revealing tag, and yeah, let's start. So, question number one: what do you like about buying new books? For me, I do like when new releases of my favorite authors come out and I buy just a paperback of it. I can't afford hardcover really at this point, so I normally just stick to like the big mass market paperbacks or something like that. But in terms of new books, that's probably what I most like about buying them, is just keeping up to date with new favorite authors. In terms of if we're going to include secondhand because mostly I do include a lot of secondhand. And in terms of buying books secondhand, I like that. I feel like there's more range in terms of just my interests, and I feel like it's just cheaper to be honest at the end of the day, and that's what I like about it the most. Two, how often do you buy new books? I would say every probably fortnight. I probably get five-ish books, maybe give and take. But I do read a lot, and I don't really have any other hobbies besides reading and books, so I kind of can justify it as like my only hobby ever. But pretty much, yeah, that's what normally is like five to six books, give and take. Free bookstore or online bookstore or online book shopping. Which do you prefer? Um, I prefer both really. I think online is depending a bit cheaper, and I feel like going to like secondhand stores like where it's like $2 a book. I think that's so fun because you never know what you're gonna get, and there's nothing better than finding weird treasures, and it's just such a lovely feeling and experience. But there's online book shopping. It's just so convenient to be honest. So I think I'd go both really. I don't have a real knee jerk towards each anyone in particular. Four, do you have a favorite bookshop? I do. It's oh my god, it's like an old recycle like warehouse place. It's literally one step above a tip, and I go there every couple months because in the very corner of the massive big infrastructure warehouse, they have a tiny um, corner of books where it's just shoved in like three stacks deep, no care given to them whatsoever. It's dusty. I went there this morning and I found an insane amount of stuff. Like I literally went there and I found God Knows by Joseph Heller. I found a book about Jesus. That's pretty cool. A book about the Australian oh my god, I can't say it. The Darwin bombing of 1942. Two books on Robert Menzies, and then I also found it's across my room, but an entire biography of Ronald Reagan for literally what, $14 or whatever. And it is a bit intense going in because it's like one of the rare times as a man I feel like I have to wash my hands because it's just so dirty, but I kind of love it at the same time. Like literally, I was going through and I pulled one book out, like on the bottom shelf, and there was a massive thick huntsman, and I was like, oh my god, like that's so I can't be bothered with that, so I put the book back. And then it happened to be a second time, and I just kind of loved it, and it's a really fun experience because these books are one step away from being chucked out or made into landfill. But I do that's probably my favorite place just because it's such a neglected place to find books, but you find so many like weird gems, and I love it so much. So that's my favorite bookshop. It's not technically a bookshop at all. It's just wedged into a corner. Five, do you pre-order books? I never pre-order books. I feel like because again, reading is like my only hobby. I can mentally keep up with releases, or maybe at the start of like every month, I go to Goodreads and whether like you can follow authors and it lists their new releases. So I normally just write that down somewhere and just remember on the day. But I never pre-order. I'm too paranoid of people like forgetting my order, and so I don't know. It's something I've never done to be honest. Six, do you have a monthly book buying limit? No, that's so sad. I could never do that to myself. Seven, book buying bans. Are they something? Are they something for you? No, again, why would I do that to myself? I read a lot, and I feel like it's it's kind of not worth it for me, to be honest. I could see why people really love bookbind bands, but I could never do that. I read too much to do that, and also just new releases. I couldn't. There's so many new releases, especially in a romance where authors are pumping out what 2 to 4 books a year, and I want to keep up with that. And I feel like a bookbind ban would slowly get in the way of that. And but it's just something I've never felt like I've ever had to do. Um, 8. How big is your wish list? I am not a wish list girly at all. I have a really bad impulse of, especially eBay, going on and seeing, oh my god, like a stack of romances that I really want and buying them immediately. But what I've done to combat that is I'll leave it as like an open tab on like my laptop or whatever, and throughout the week until like payday or whatever, I will just leave that there. And then when I actually get money, I'll reflect on it, be like, do I really want this? And the majority of time, I'm just like, nah. And I'd just rather have it as like an ebook or something than a physical copy. But that's like my go-to now, is just just leaving it there and just pondering over it. Do I really want it? And normally you change your mind, especially if it's about moods or whatever. But no, I don't do wish lists at all, really. 9. Which 3 books from your wish list do you wish to own now? I did just buy one. I actually did go to a proper bookstore yesterday, and I did splurge and get a new release. Look at me go! It's Helen Gardner's How to End a Story. Her diaries from was it 1978 to 1998. I flipped through this already, and it's just incredible. I love Helen Gardner. She's a lovely Australian author. She's one of those authors that I've always loved, but I literally don't own a single book by her, and I feel like I need to fix that at some point. But this is a lovely reintroduction to Helen, because it's been a while since I've read her. But this, I don't know. I just thought this was something I've always wanted, because they used to be in like 3 separate volumes, but the fact that they just whacked it into one hardcover was something that I just couldn't turn down. So I'm glad I got this. It wasn't on any wish list, but I knew it was coming out, and when I saw it at a bookshop, I just took it because I love Helen Gardner. And so that is the main questions. Number 10 is, who do I tag? And I'm going to tag 2 booktubers who I would love to see do this tag. I'm going to tag Deb at Raina Read Stuff, because I think she'd have amazing responses to this. And Suey at Suey's Booktube Banter as well. I think those 2 ladies would do a great job in this tag. And yeah, let me know what you think of the way I collect, buy books or whatever. And yeah, thank you so much for watching BookTube, and I will see you next time.